I'm the Problem Podcast. Thank you guys so much for all of your support, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing for episode 1. Today we're going to get into episode 2. Today we're going to talk about power and partnership. I was raised to believe that love was a reward. For years, I organized my life around it being us. But what I didn't realize was I was sacrificing my ambition, my me time, and I lost sight of who I was. So today we're going to get into it deeper. I'm so happy to welcome my co-host today, Bree Carter. Hey, Bree.
Hey, what's happening? Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, for sure.
So before we get into this juicy topic for today, I wanted to ask you, what season of your life are you in?
I feel like I'm in multiple seasons right now. One being particular, I'm in my season of living. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So like everything I'm doing, I'm not just existing, I'm trying to like really live. You know what I'm saying? Like, enjoy the moments. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them pass me by. Because I feel like I look up and then it's a new year.
Time is flying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Time is flying.
And we're not getting no younger.
Ain't getting no younger. Another one is just focusing on myself and rebuilding, restructuring everything.
Okay. I love that for you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, them teeth shining, you shining. You just put that shit on to be on the camera.
You know. Gotta come through trim.
You know, gotta give them a little sauce.
You know, not too much.
You know, so today, you know, it's gonna be real spicy.
Okay.
But I felt like we were the perfect pair to have this conversation, right?
Right.
So power versus partnership. So I want to build the people up to that. So what moment did you realize that you preferred power over the partnership?
Okay, I feel like probably like 8 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like leaving a relationship, and I feel like I lost all my power for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my mojo. You know what I'm saying? You kind of get lost in a relationship sometimes, and you when you find yourself compromising, but you just doing the compromising, and it's just you, so it's just taken away. And little by little, you just find yourself just lost a little bit. So, you know, after that, I remember like that breakup. I remember just being like, I'm gonna pull this back in, and I'm gonna get my power back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And shit, that's what I just been doing.
So similar to you, I also chose power because I found that I lost myself in a relationship. You know, I was always putting us, and it was very rare that it was me. And so now I'm in that space where it's power over everything. Like, because I don't want to lose those parts of me. You know what I'm saying? It's personal. And you know, some people hear power and try to make it about control or making it about something negative. But for us, I feel like it's to make sure we don't lose ourselves trying to accommodate others, you know?
100%.
So it's just like, if you know, you know.
Right.
So when you choose power, what does power actually mean in your relationship? So how do you find a balance between the two?
So for me, like I was saying earlier a little bit, like power for me is within. You know what I'm saying? It's making sure like my voice is heard. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not compromising myself, you know, for a relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm standing on my non-negotiables.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Things that mean something to me, my boundaries, I'm sticking to them.
Yeah.
So, you know, people got to respect that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you dating, your dating life is important. Who you attach yourself to is, you know, even detrimental.
More. Yeah,
you know, it's going to be your biggest upcome or it's going to be your biggest downfall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You are what you attach yourself to. So you attach yourself to something that's bad energy or somebody that's negative Nancy or somebody that don't pull their weight, that's going to slow you down or stop you from doing what you need to do.
Yeah. And then it's definitely going to take away your power again, you know?
For sure.
And then just not giving that to somebody else. I think in addition to all the other things, you losing yourself takes a long time to get back, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Like, I can say for me, after I got out my situation, and luckily, you know, I had you there, and a few other people, but it took years, you know, and I just vowed to never do that to myself, you know, like it was just too hard. It was too hard, and not getting up and recognizing what Chanel wants, who is Chanel. And I think it held me back to your point, you know, I think that I could have been, you know, further along. We may have been having this moment way before now, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm where I'm supposed to be now.
Yeah, I believe in God's timing. So, like, everything you're saying is 100%. What you said with it took years to kind of like build yourself back up.
Right.
You know, like it's no time frame on it.
Yeah.
If it you know what I'm saying? But one thing you got to do is you got to go through that process.
Yeah.
And that was something I told you before, because it would be like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to, you got to go through it. You can't skip it.
Yeah.
It ain't no shortcuts to it. You know what I'm saying? You got to feel the mad, the sad, you want your revenge, you know.
Yeah, definitely want my lick back.
You know? So, and that's just the God honest truth. You know, we all go through those, but you got to feel it. You got to really soak in it to be able to really heal and like move on from that, and then be able to embrace the new that come into your life. And you know, you good now.
You feel me? So let me ask you this. When you had to rebuild and reestablish yourself after leaving that relationship, did you have any regrets after about choosing, at that time you chose partnership? Did you have any regrets after you were healed and you went through and did the work?
No regrets.
Do you think that some women confuse power with independence because they've experienced a relationship or partnership that required them to shrink?
Yeah, I believe so. I feel like sometimes in a relationship, again, like I said, you lose yourself. And when you lose yourself, sometimes you lose like your identity. Sometimes you lose your voice. So like a lot of women lose their voice, and they don't, you know, they get paired with somebody that's like a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? And when they go into the next season and they have a new chapter with somebody, they are trying to stand on these boundaries to make sure that they're being heard, and sometimes they push a little too hard. You have to really be able to have the spirit of discernment to know what you need in life. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't let your past dictate your future. Right. You know what I'm saying? You learn from that stuff and you move on. You don't hold it onto it, harvest it, and be like, oh, what about the next person? No, you just have to move on. It's a new season for a new reason. You know what I'm saying?
Like
so, yeah. So, you know, so a lot of people do get the independency confused with power. You know what I'm saying? But you just have to be able to identify it. You know what I'm saying? And you got to really do the inside work. You really got to be able to sit down and do the shadow work on yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I think that is so crazy, right? Because I would say up until probably the last year, I think I did exactly what you said. My boundaries, and I don't bend, they're not up for discussion. This is just what it is, because I always had the goal set that I'm never going to put myself through, you know, what I've already experienced. And I think the other thing that I would add also is I'm grateful for that heartbreak.
Yeah, like, me too.
Like, what?
Yeah,
like,
I needed that.
Every time, like, and I would do it all over again. Like, I wouldn't change anything about that journey, because if I thought I was that girl before, going through that, having to find myself and learning what boundaries were, right? Because part of the problem was when we chose the partnership, we didn't know what boundaries were. 100%. You know what I'm saying? So if I hadn't have had my heart broken and ripped out my chest, I would have never known. You know, it would have never triggered me to go to therapy and do the work.
But it makes perfect sense. I completely agree with everything you're saying. Like, I needed that. You know what I'm saying? It helped me grow. It's a piece of my story, but it also made me better for the next person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To be able to know what something looks like and not be able to fumble it. Yeah. You know, I needed to get treated bad to know what to be treated good looks like. Right. Because I could have been with somebody that treated me good in the beginning and not know that this is the prize. Yeah. And then I'd be the one sitting duck on the sidelines and be like, damn, I lost a good one. Yeah. You know, so I'm happy that, you know, everything played out how it played out. You know, I needed that.
Yeah. And it's just different. It's different levels to it, you know.
It is.
And you just appreciate the journey. I think that's one thing. Well, it was probably a lot of things you probably said that saved me. But the two that are gonna always go with me was play the field.
For sure.
And trust the process. You know what I mean? And people need that. And to sum this all up, taking accountability, right? And so, yes, somebody broke my heart, but I'm taking the power back because I identified that I allowed you to treat me like that. I allowed you to I allowed myself to put someone else before my own needs, and like you said, not even just knowing what you need, because I don't think back then I knew what I needed. I just knew being with somebody, it felt good, it looked good, I had my person, you know what I'm saying. But now I can be more specific. Right, I need A, B, C, D.
You need to build it up to your lifestyle.
Exactly.
So that person got to fall into those categories.
Absolutely.
It got to make sense. It got to make sense for you, but it got to make sense for them.
And we got to be able to be honest.
Yeah, we ain't wasting each other's time.
Because why are we doing that? Because
we need full transparency
every time.
Yeah, don't waste my time. I'm not gonna waste yours. We ain't even got time to waste, man. We in our 30s.
Okay, like for real. What are we turning this year? 32.
Okay, I'm telling you my age. It's not fair. But I feel like also that those two things. Yes, remember that. But the thing that I always say, and this for everybody, is remember what you've been through. Everything you go through, you get through. And remember that. You know what I'm saying? Think about the hardest thing you ever been through in life. And you made it through it. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. Don't let nobody break you. Don't let nobody take your power. And if they do, get it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new year. And it's new fishes in the sea. Go get you one. You know what I'm saying?
There are plenty out there, okay?
Go get your power back, man.
And just for our viewers, to be clear, we are not anti-love at all. However, our journey helped us with identifying that sometimes the problem is choosing myself, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. I don't have to be ashamed of that. I don't have to be ashamed to identify that I would rather have my power than to have the partnership. The power of keeping me and not losing myself is going to always be the focus, because everything else can fall in line after that. You know what I mean? And finding a partner to love you for where you are.
Yeah. I'd rather have my power over my partnership any day. Because if I ain't got the power for myself to be able to navigate and to do the things that I need to do, I'm no good for nobody else. You know what I'm saying? If I don't know how to sit here and be disciplined, I don't know how to sit here and manage things the way I need to manage things and heal the little girl in me from things that past trauma I've been through, I can't love somebody correctly. I can't put myself attached to somebody else and be the fault of bringing somebody else down. You gotta grow, man. Shit is about growing.
Every time. So I got one last question.
Come on with it.
Do you think choosing power makes women uncomfortable because it challenges how we were taught to love?
I say yes and no. I feel like anything you do in life, it should be uncomfortable. That's just me though. Okay. I feel like you gotta get out your comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? It need to be uncomfortable. You need to be able to, feel it. Don't be scared to get your hands dirty. Don't be scared to get out there and do stuff. But I do think it's a yes or no. I feel like it makes them uncomfortable because you never know what it's supposed to look like. There's no handbook on this shit. You know what I mean?
That's wrong.
There's no handbook on it. It's supposed to be they just tell you, look for this, don't fall for the sucker stuff, don't be gaslighted. And that's all true. You know what I'm saying? But then on the flip hand side of it is you don't know what you're getting into. It's the unknown, it might be the best thing that's ever happened to you. So you just gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta do it.
I think for me, I was taught to love, and it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost
love.
And it's almost like we're conditioned to have that eye on us. Like my great grandparents was married. Big Mama, Big Daddy was married for 65 years, and for so long I embodied that. Like that's the type of love that I wanted, and not that it was a bad thing because that's all I knew, but. They never told me probably about them dark nights where Big Mama probably wanted to pack her shit in dip.
Frying pan.
She might have put bleach in his water. Nah, she probably didn't do that. But I'm just saying,
but not for real, that's the real.
Yeah, we didn't see the other side of that. And so by the time I was the oldest great grand, so it just looked good. They looked happy. It looked perfect. And in reality, that's not relationship. That's not how people work. And to be married for 65 years, I can only imagine the different seasons they had to go through. Yeah. And who knows what that looked like, you know what I'm saying? And so now, being on the side of, boundaries and making sure that I'm putting self first. I'm not saying I don't want to be married. I'm not saying I don't want a long-lasting relationship, but I don't want anything that's going to jeopardize me sacrificing myself again.
100%.
Like, never, ever. So I can definitely see how it can make people uncomfortable, but like you mentioned, being uncomfortable and doing the work is how you thrive. If you're not doing the work and you're not growing,
how do you know you're growing? You know, but it's okay to be scared. It's okay. It's okay not to be okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah,
just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you'll never know.
Again, there's no handbook. You know what I'm saying? But the most important thing is the person you're latching to. It's the most important thing about this. You know, make sure you're latching yourself to somebody that's a good human being.
Right.
You know, and when they do fall short, because we all fall short, because we're all human, give them grace. You know what I'm saying? I don't base my relationships off of social media. You know, I base it off of my lifestyle.
Right.
I base it off of me and what Bree needs.
Right.
Growing up, like you said, you seen Big Mama and Big Daddy and how that you embodied that relationship. You wanted that for yourself. Me, I looked at the TV and was like, oh, you know, I'm looking at all these families and it's not real. It's real, but it's not. It's that they're actors,
right?
And I'm setting the table like that and wanting this. You know what I'm saying? And we are the authors of our own book.
Yeah.
You know, you get to write this shit how you want it to look. Yeah. You know, so just do it. Don't be scared. You get love and it's real love. Embrace it. Yeah. You know, don't be the one that's holding back in a relationship and somebody's trying to pull you forward. You hesitant, you scared, so I'm pulling back.
Right.
No, I never really seen myself, you know, doing certain things that I'm doing. Yeah. But I make sure that everything I'm doing, I stand on it and I'm happy about it and I don't got no regrets. I told you what season I was in.
Yeah.
I'm living.
Yeah. And I love that for you.
100%.
It looks good.
Thank you.
It looks
Thank
good.
you.
So as we wrap up this segment, again, thank you for coming on and
100%.
being raw and authentic.
Thank you
and being vulnerable. You know, it's not easy to get up here and tell our stories,
100%.
but you know, I know because I know you that this is something of pouring into people that we didn't have these type of things when we were going through our stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had to just learn as we go and figure it out. But now this is something that can possibly help and better, you know, somebody else.
Yeah.
Did you want to leave any final words?
I want to leave two things. Okay. One, big ups to you for doing this. You know what I'm saying?
You.
I'm proud of you. So I seen you from when I've seen how far you came.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of you. That's why I gave you those flowers.
Oh, wait, we got to put my flowers on the camera.
Yeah, that's why I gave you those flowers. Everybody needs their flowers. And I watched you go through a lot of seasons. Mm-hmm. And I took one of your seasons when I told you I seen you do like a self-care. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I took that and I was like, a self-care year? And it's like, I took that and I made it my own. And it's like, I pretty much turned every year into a self-care year. You know what I'm saying? So, one, kudos to you for that. Keep your foot on their neck, like I said.
Yeah.
Keep going. Don't let nobody stop your growth. The right person's gonna grow with you. Yeah. And it seems like you got that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, just keep going. Keep God first. And just stay you. Stay true. Yeah. The other thing I'm leaving with y'all is, power and partnership. It's supposed to look like what you want it to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Don't base it off nobody else. If you didn't hear nothing today, you heard that. You know? And remember that your current situation is temporary. You can change it. You just gotta want the change. And you gotta be able to grow and give yourself grace. We are hardest critics. So just understand that it takes time and just, give yourself grace, man. Hey, that's all I got.
Mr. Carter, thank you. So again, if this conversation challenged you, if this conversation made you feel uncomfortable, don't turn away. Come back and join us at I'm the Problem. We're always here. And until next time, y'all.
Come back, like, subscribe. Yeah, I'm the problem.
All the time. And that's the wrap.
Late summer night, we were moving through the city under broken lights. No plans ahead, just time to waste. Every little promise fading